Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy new year, happy new month, happy new everything. My name is Gift Togo. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber living in England, United Kingdom. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. I make videos about lifestyle, travel, freelancing, how to get a remote job, how to accelerate your career. I am very invested in your personal growth, so I make videos that will help you grow. And if you want to move to the United Kingdom, I also make videos about my experience as a Nigerian immigrant living here in England, United Kingdom. So like I said, welcome back if you're my OG subscriber, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome once again. My name is Gift Togo. I wanted to do like a live update video, which I might actually do before this video goes up, but I doubt if that live update video will go up before this one. Today's video, I am going to be talking about why you should not get a tier 2 visa and why it is a trap. I know you guys are like, what is she? Why is she always negative about the United Kingdom? But am I? Recently I made a video. God. Recently I made a video about the 10 things, the things that I love living in the United Kingdom. So I'm not entirely negative about my experience here, but in today's video I'm going to tell you guys about the tier 2 visa and why you should not take that visa. If you've not hit the subscribe button now, I don't actually know what the problem is. Did you see me in your dream? Are you annoyed with me? Like, am I dragging something with you? Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. We're at 2,000 and something subscribers with 100,000 views, and the goal this year is to double that, like both the views and the subscriber count. We need to move from 2,100 and something subscribers to whatever it is. Anyway, like I said, in today's video we're going to be talking about why you should not get the tier 2 visa, why it's a trap, why you should not fall for that trap called the tier 2 work visa here in the United Kingdom. If you have no idea what the tier 2 work visa means or the tier 2 visa is, it's a visa that allows you to stay and work in the United Kingdom. Unlike the student visa called the tier 4 visa, the tier 2 visa gives you an opportunity to work for more hours. And aside from that, you can also take up an additional 20 hours of work. So the tier 2 visa gives you like 40 hours to work with the employer who employed you and gave you the sponsorship. So tier 2 visa is like the sponsorship visa, where an employer sponsors you to come to the UK. And when you're on that visa, you should work 40 hours per week with your sponsor, your employer, and you can do another extra 20 hours per week with any other employer, maybe an agency or anything. You can use the remaining 20 hours to do whatever you want to do. Unlike the tier 2 visa, the tier 4 visa, that's the student visa, which limits you to 20 hours per week of work. The tier 4 visa gives you more hours, and you can do 40 hours with your employer, and you can do an additional 20 hours if you just want to make more money. So with the fact that this is actually better than the tier 2 visa, because on the student visa, once you're done studying, that's about that. But for the student visa, which is the tier 4 visa, I don't know why I'm confusing these things. For the student visa, which is the tier 4 visa, when you're done studying, you need to know what you're doing with your life to continue staying here. But for the tier 2 visa, which is the work visa or the sponsorship visa, when you're on that visa, it actually counts to your residency. So here in the UK, if you're on a work visa, if you work for 5 years, you can actually apply for ILR, which is something indefinite leave to remain, or like the permanent, right? You can actually apply for permanent residency, but after 5 years, and your work actually counts to your 5 years. But when you're on a tier 4 visa, which is the student visa, it does not count to the 5 years of you getting your residency. So yeah, when you're here studying for 2-3 years, you can actually put that into, oh, I've been here 3 years and I have 2 more years before I get residency. No, but on a tier 2 visa, you can actually do that, and your years, your work, your time here counts towards your residency. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why am I telling you guys not to get that tier 2 visa that will actually count towards your residency? Why am I telling you guys? Why am I trying to discourage you guys from getting the tier 2 visa that actually counts towards your residency? The first thing that I would actually say is that you should not do anything out of desperation. Most students take this tier 2 visa because of desperation. And you know the funny part about it? The readily available means to getting a tier 2 visa, domiciliary care. Domiciliary care gives you, most domiciliary care companies have sponsorship. So they give you, like, they sponsor you to stay back in the country. So most students are really desperate, and you have another option after studying here. You can actually take the post-study visa, which gives you an additional 2 years to look for a job, like immerse yourself in the United Kingdom work market, and maybe find a job that will sponsor you later. But because the 2 years that the post-study visa gives you does not count towards your residency, which will happen after 5 years of living and working here full-time, most students are not interested in taking the post-study visa. They want to get a work visa fast, and then they make mistakes like taking a tier 2 visa in domiciliary care. Look, if you've been watching my channel for the longest time, you know that I am against domiciliary care. Like, except you are passionate about it. If you're not passionate about it, I think it's the worst kind of care. It's the most stressful kind of care, and the pay is not matching the stress that the job gives you. You stress yourself a lot, and the pay does not sync with the amount of money that will be sitting in your bank account at the end of the month. I have a whole video on why you should not do domiciliary care. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to also leave it in the description box so that you will go and watch that video. Like I said earlier, most people who take the tier 2 visa do so with the domiciliary care route because it readily gives you the tier 2 visa. So when you get this visa, you now start working as a domiciliary carer, which is not a bad thing if you're passionate about it. But from my experience and from the experience of others that I know that have taken this tier 2 visa, it's not a walk in the park. Just be like, oh, it's just 5 years, I'll just do it for 5 years and then I'll get my permanent residency here in the UK. No, it's not just 5 years. In 5 years I will be 31. In 5 years, I don't know how old you will be, but 5 years to do a job that you're not passionate about, 5 years to stay in a job that you're not passionate about, I don't know. And you know that there's no guarantee that after the 5 years you will get the permanent residency that you are desperately looking for. So why do you want to take 5 years to be at a job that you know that you'll be miserable at? Look, I'm not talking about people that are passionate about domiciliary care. Like, some people are actually passionate about domiciliary care, but I'm not. And I know that a couple of people are not also passionate about domiciliary care. So I'm asking why you think it's a good idea to take a sponsorship in the domiciliary care company because you're desperate, when you have another route to take, which is the tier 2, which is the post-study visa. Even though it does not really count towards your years of residency, you have enough time to like figure out your life, figure out what you want to do before taking that particular sponsorship. Another route that gives you, I think, the tier 2 visa is the route that people actually advise you to. Maybe you just go and marry somebody. For me, I don't know, I have to be married or be in a relationship with somebody that I actually love. I'm not that desperate to just like be with anybody because of papers. I don't know how it works for you. Like, I want to come back home to somebody that I am in love with, not come back home to somebody that I married for the papers. So don't also let desperation lead you to taking that because you want to get residency as fast as possible. So this is another route regarding how to get like these visas that will allow you to stay and give you the opportunity to work full-time. I wrote down my points, so I'm just trying not to forget. It's very important for you to move to a new country legally. It's very important for you to fill the right documents. I have like family members in Canada that are permanent residents. Most of them got the permanent residency from Nigeria. They did the right, they followed the right routes. They wrote the IELTS, did their verification with WES, submitted their references from their places of work. They have like 3 years of work experience and more. They did it the right way, and they are in Canada. Most of them have been in Canada for a couple of years now. They're there legally. Like, gives you peace of mind to be there legally, to have the opportunity to also do the job that you love. So it's very important for you to do legal things, like marry somebody for papers. I don't know, you don't have to do it. Also trying to do domiciliary care because you are desperate, and even when you know that you don't love the job, it's something that you should not do. And that's one of the reasons that I'm saying that you should not take the tier 2 visa. Number 2, aside from desperation, is job satisfaction. For someone like me, a lot of things make people happy. Some people are happy when they are with the one that they love. Some people are happy when they have eaten. Some people are happy when their team scores. For me, why I also I get happiness when I'm with somebody that I love. my career gives me happiness. It gives me a lot of joy to do something that I'm really passionate about. Everybody around me knows how happy I usually am when I'm doing a job that I love. The last job that I was working at before I moved to the United Kingdom, I was working in an ad agency, and I was a lead strategist, and I worked on big tech brands like Google and Facebook. I worked on campaigns for brands like this. I actually loved doing that job. I actually loved being part of the community, and everyone around me then in 2021, you see the joy that I had doing a job that I loved. I was happy every day to get out from bed, even though it was a remote job, and just like get on with work. I was happy to just crush it. The third reason that I'm advising you guys not to take a sponsorship in domiciliary care or in domiciliary care is the fact that you need to use your master's degree. I remember doing care for a resident that used to work in Nigeria. He's like in his late 70s. He used to work in Nigeria with the Minister of Finance. So whenever I go to give him care, when I was still like actively doing care, when I go to his apartment to give him care, we would have conversations, and he usually tells me, make sure you use your degree. You paid a lot of money to be here, make sure you use your degree. And to be honest, we paid a lot of money to be here. £14,000. My school fees is £13,950, so it's £50 short of 14k. So I just say it's £14,000 because honestly that is what it is. I paid £14,000 to be here, to pursue a master's degree. So why won't I use it? Why don't you want to use your master's degree? Like, what's the matter? Like, I don't know. You studied maybe engineering or something, management, business administration, and you're just like, you've given up on the prospect of even using your master's degree at all. You're not even interested. You're just so desperate to just get the sponsorship as fast as possible. Someone came to the country like last month or 2 weeks ago, and then we're kind of talking, having a conversation. I was having a conversation with the guy, and then he just said, oh, he's looking for sponsorship, like in care. I'm like, you just came. You still have a long time to finish this degree. You've already paid a huge chunk of your fees. So you have like a long time, 1 year and 6 months to be done with your degree. And you don't even want to give that a chance. You're just like, I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm looking for, like, how? It's a lot of money that you're paying to be here. So why don't you want to even give your degree a chance? Why don't you want to even give it? You don't even want to give it a chance. Most people don't want to give it a chance. They just want to like get this thing as soon as possible. So the third reason that I'm saying that you should not take it is that you need to give your degree a chance. You paid a lot of money to be here. So the least you can actually do is to give your degree a chance. At least believe, Kwano. Some people will not even apply for any job. They're just like, I'm not getting a job. It's not possible to get a job. So you don't even have a CV. You don't have a LinkedIn profile. You don't have anything. You don't even want to give your degree a chance. You're just like, I'm going to be done with my studies, and I'm definitely going to go and look for sponsorship in domiciliary care, period, because I need it to count my residency. That kind of desperation will make you make terrible mistakes. You need to have options laid out for you, except you don't have any a lot of options, but you need to have options laid out on the table so you make the best decision, the best choice without making mistakes. And I know some people will say, it's just 5 years. It's not just 5 years. It's just 5 years. But it's not just 5 years. It's not just 5 years. A lot can happen in 5 years. I started my career in marketing communications in 2017 as a content manager in a PR agency, straight and fresh out of school. I didn't have like any concrete experience in public relations prior to me taking that job. The closest thing I had to content creation was the blog that I ran in school. I ran a blog in school, like an entertainment blog in school. That's the closest thing I had to content creation. In fact, I didn't even know anything. I didn't have like any practical knowledge about content creation. So I went to that job straight from my project defense before the National Youth Service in Nigeria in 2017. And 5 years from then was in 2022. And in 2022, I had already worked there as a content manager. I created content for brands like InterSwitch, Heineken, Big Brother Ninja. We had like also MTV Base. I worked on one of my colleagues that was working on the MTV account, and I helped create content for that event. And I moved on to Fiverr. To work as a content creator. I moved on to Upwork to work as a brand strategist. And from Upwork, I moved on to work with Pick My Case as a brand manager, which is like is an American company in California. And I moved on to Pick My Case to work as a brand manager. I moved to Remote Lab to work as a brand manager before I moved to my last job to work as a lead strategist. So this is like career growth in less than 5 years. So it's not just 5 years. it's not just 5 years. It's 5 years. It's not 5 years. This is what happened to me in the space of 5 years. In 5 years, in the 5 years they're talking about, I also won a writing competition from 33 Sports. I won a brand new laptop from 33 Sports. I'm also here almost completing my master's degree. 5 years from when I graduated from the University of Nigeria is like 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. So in the space of 5 years, I have moved from my country. I have like built my career in marketing communications. I had worked as a lead strategist for an ad agency. I had worked on campaigns for brands like Google, like Facebook. I have like a long list of big brands that I have basically worked on, local and international brands. I have written content or created a campaign for even DSTV in the space of 5 years. So you think that it's 5 years, but it's not just 5 years to just give to a career that you don't love. It's not just 5 years to just do something that you don't love because you're desperate for residency here. It's not 5 years. It's not just 5 years. It's in 5 years, like I said, I will be 31 years old. So it's a long time to do something that I am not happy about. So what can you do instead of taking this tier 2 visa? I'm mentioning don't take tier 2 visa because I'm focusing on domiciliary, and you guys know that then they give domiciliary and then they give sponsorship pass. So what can you do instead of taking a tier 2 visa sponsorship in domiciliary care or anything that you're not passionate about because you're desperate to get sponsorship residency? The first thing you should do is that when you move here, you need to start looking for internships. Most internships for the next year open towards September, October, November of the year before. So if you are coming to the United Kingdom, maybe in September batch, and you're going to finish the next year, start looking for internships. Immediately you land, go to your LinkedIn profile and change your location to where you currently are at, and then start looking for internships in your field. There are a lot of internships. It's crazy. A lot of internships. And these internships can help you grow your career. You can build from internships. So start applying for internships immediately you come, so that during the summer you can have concrete work experience in the United Kingdom. Number 2 thing that you can actually do is to also let go of people that are always telling you you cannot get anything other than care. No, you can. I know people that have not even done care. A friend of mine works in an AI company. Like, that's what she does. She doesn't do care. She has never done care at all. That's what she does, and she's a student. I also got a job, a non-care job. I worked in a venture capitalist company for a while as a PR and communication strategist. So that's not care. And that job paid me way more. It paid me like £16 plus per hour, working from home. So you don't have to do care. So you need to let go of people that will tell you that all you can get is care, because some people have that mentality. They're like, oh, you cannot get anything other than care, except it's what you want to do, except you're passionate about it. I don't have any problem with care. I have done it before. I do it. Do you understand? I have done it before. So it's not that I have a fight with care, but it's just that there's more to you than that. You can actually do more than that, especially when you don't have any passion for it. So if that's not, you know, that's not genuinely what you want to do, you don't have to do it. So you need to stay away from people that think that this is all that they can actually get, except you're passionate about it. Number 3 thing that you can actually do instead of taking the tier 2 sponsorship, especially in domiciliary care, is taking the post-study visa instead. It gives you more clarity. It gives you more time to focus on what you want to do. For instance, if you do that internship, and when you're done with the internship, you finish your master's degree, round up your program, and you apply for the post-study visa and you get it. Of course, it does not count towards your residency, but it gives you clarity and you have time to do what you actually love. You can try out careers. You can start applying for full-time jobs, and you don't have the clause of, oh my god, it's 20 hours or you can't do full-time. You can apply for full-time jobs even though they don't offer sponsorship. So apply for a full-time job in your field, get UK experience for 6 months. For instance, I work in marketing communication. So what I can do is find a job. I already have UK experience in my field, thank God. But what I can do if I do not have is that I can get a post-study after my master's program, apply for jobs in my field, like work on my CV, you know, the whole see what they call that CV thing, is it ATS? I can't really remember. The one that uses the ATS software to share sieve candidates and look for keywords. So you can actually tailor your CV towards that. Then apply for jobs in my field, a full-time job, maybe in public relations, in a public relations agency, in an ad agency, work there for 6 months, gain the concrete experience. Then after that, I can now go to the UK government's website and check for sponsors, list of sponsors in marketing communications. So with this now, I have UK experience, I have experience in my field, I am using my master's degree. I can now dedicate the remaining part of my post-study visa, the remaining time I have on my post-study visa, to applying for jobs that offer sponsorship. Mind you, I've already dedicated the first 6 months to get a full-time job in my field where I'm gaining UK experience and I'm gaining experience in my field. And from there, I can go to the UK government's website. There's a long list of sponsors. I can go there and check for marketing communication sponsors. Go to the company's website, check their careers page, start applying for opportunities. Go to LinkedIn, start reaching out to their recruiters. If you're working in marketing communications, there are 2 parts: client services and strategy. So if you want to focus on client services, you don't have to go to the recruiter. Just go to head of client services or people that work in client services of the PR or ad agency or marketing agency that you are interested in, or the B2B marketing agency that you're interested in. Reach out to them and say, oh, my name is Gibbs. I just finished from the University of Hertfordshire with a degree in management with digital marketing. I'm currently working here as maybe a marketing executive, an account executive, or an account manager. I'm also looking to grow my career. I'm interested in opportunities in your company in the client services department. So just reach out to a couple of them that actually offer sponsorship. And if you are consistent like this, you will find and you will get joy in doing what you love. You will derive joy in doing what you love. Not let desperation lead you to a path that has no return. Because most people that have gotten this sponsorship in the domiciliary care are not even happy. If you know you're happy in that domiciliary care, please come to my comment section and come and give me the gist, because me, I've done it and I was not happy. And I know people that have gotten sponsorship in domiciliary care and they're not happy about the job at all, because it's stressful and it's stressful and you don't really get a lot of money from what you've done. So if you know that you have a different experience with that, please let me know in the comment section. But this is what I would do if I were you. This is what you should do instead of like being so desperate to just get any kind of thing. Of course, when people get lucky, they get a tier 2 visa in their field, which is very possible, which is why number 2 of what I said is very important. Surround yourself with people that have the like mind like you, people that are actually ambitious, that know how to get it, and they just know how things work. Surround yourself with those people. Some people actually get tier 2 sponsorship in their field, and they do the job and they're actually happy and it counts towards their residency. But if you know that you've tried and it's not working out for you, don't just let desperation lead you into just taking anyone, especially in domiciliary care, to say it's just 5 years. It's not just 5 years. It's never just 5 years. 5 years is a long time for you to be unhappy doing what you do not love. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to see if there is any points that I missed. Let me see. Yeah. So guys, that's about that. I am moving today. I've been in this apartment for the longest time, for a year. And I'm moving today. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram at @IamGiftSogu. You can also follow me on LinkedIn or check me out on LinkedIn, but I don't really post there a lot, so it's better you follow me on Instagram at @IamGiftSogu, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not. Till I come your way again next time, be good, be nice to your neighbor, and remember, in this 2023, carry your career on your head. Like, be passionate about it, be very ambitious about your career. Make sure that you give it your all and you will see results. If you have to take courses to get better, if you have to take courses, you know that there's a gap in your field that you're not really you're not really conversant with, or you're not really strong in. For instance, for me, it's analytics, marketing analytics. I'm not really good at it. What did I do last year? I took a course on Udemy to just get better at it, so you can actually do that. So that's about that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram at @IamGiftSogu. Till I come here again next time. Be good, be nice to your neighbors, and bye.